I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
When you look purely at skill, the gap is undeniable. Yes, there's a difference in size, height, and reach, but none of that matters when one man can't find his target. Jake Paul will have a tough time connecting cleanly, and the struggle itself could tell the story before the judges ever do. It's not just about physical mismatches, it's about levels of timing, precision, and ring awareness. Then, out of nowhere, the moment everyone talked about, a legend walked in. Mike Tyson, the face of boxing's most feared era, shocked the entire room with his sudden appearance at the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis press conference. The crowd went silent as Tyson took the mic and delivered a raw message that cut through the hype. With his trademark intensity, he warned Jake to fight as if his life depended on it, emphasizing that stepping in with a relentless fighter like Davis is no exhibition, it's survival. His words hung heavy in the air, a reminder that fame fades fast when fists start flying.
You saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Tank Davis showdown has evolved into something far bigger than a simple attraction. It's become a global talking point. What started as buzz has now been labeled an exhibition match, a decision rooted in serious safety concerns over the clear size and weight difference between the two fighters. The Florida Athletic Commission refused to approve it as a professional bout, citing that the gap between them was simply too wide to meet sanctioning standards. Under the adjusted rules, both men will compete in 10 3-minute rounds, wearing 12-ounce gloves designed to balance protection with impact. Despite its exhibition label, knockouts will still count, meaning the danger and drama are very real. What's truly groundbreaking, though, is the judging system. 2 traditional ringside judges will be joined by one AI scoring system. This digital judge, trained to analyze punch accuracy and control, aims to bring a new layer of fairness and transparency to a sport where controversy often dominates the headlines.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Recent reports indicate that Gervonta Tank Davis has undergone a significant physical transformation during training camp, now walking around close to 160 pounds, a notable jump for a fighter who has never officially competed above the lightweight mark of 135. This new frame doesn't just alter his appearance, it changes the entire equation heading into his exhibition clash with Jake Paul. By adding mass strategically, Davis could gain improved punch resistance, allowing him to absorb heavier shots without losing composure. At the same time, that added strength might translate into even greater knockout potential, making him more explosive and unpredictable than ever before. While he's still shy of the agreed catchweight, this version of Davis looks built not just for speed, but for destruction, a blend that could completely reshape the dynamic of this matchup.
Yeah, Gervonta Tank Davis, is my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Veteran trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas has made his stance clear. In his eyes, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is as close to a complete fighter as the modern game offers. Atlas credits Davis not only for his raw, fight-ending power but for the intelligence that fuels it. He highlights Tank's razor-sharp counterpunching, his ability to lure opponents into traps, and his near-perfect command of distance inside the ring. According to Atlas, what separates Davis isn't just physical talent, it's his discipline and mental control under pressure. He knows when to wait, when to explode, and how to think several moves ahead, like a chess player wearing gloves. Davis doesn't depend on brute strength alone. Every punch has purpose, every step has calculation. Atlas believes those traits give him the complete skill set needed to dismantle a still-evolving Jake Paul, a fighter whose improvement is evident, but whose resume has yet to prove true mastery against world-class opposition.
The only other time he was in, for the fans to get mad with that, was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a two-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound-for-pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195-pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news with Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old-time fighters. They were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this because...
Despite Gervonta Davis's refined skill set and newly added muscle, not everyone is convinced the matchup favors him. Former super middleweight champion Carl Froch voiced serious concern, warning that Jake Paul's sheer size and unconventional punching power could pose unexpected dangers. Davis, he argued, simply hasn't faced anyone who hits with that kind of raw, unorthodox force, and that unfamiliarity could spell trouble once the bell rings. Froch's remarks echo a broader unease spreading throughout the boxing community. Many insiders see this fight less as a legitimate contest and more as a high-stakes spectacle, a what-if experiment pushed to its physical limits. Beneath the glitz and social media buzz lies a real question about safety, regulation, and how far the sport should go in blending entertainment with genuine competition.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode. But hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon. My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proved time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, he stands up straight and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he's just so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level. And then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Following Jake Paul's decisive victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the boxing world has reignited a familiar question. Is Paul genuinely ready to compete against fighters ranked in the top 15 or even the top 20? His latest performance showed composure, power, and improved ring IQ, but analysts remain divided over whether that progress translates to true elite readiness. Rising prospect Emiliano Vargas has shared his view, suggesting Paul may soon deserve those opportunities, but the broader boxing community remains hesitant. Promoter Eddie Hearn echoed that caution, acknowledging Paul's steady growth while stressing that rankings are earned through years of proven competition. He noted that countless established pros still occupy those spots for a reason. The discussion highlights the growing tension between Paul's soaring popularity and the legitimacy of his boxing resume. His rise has been undeniable, but until he faces battle-tested contenders, doubts will continue to shadow his climb toward recognized elite status.
I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerto looks slow as shit.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know? So it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started, so, you know.
What do you think about how Jake looked and fought?
You know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walk into the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and the only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and, you know, put it towards my showmanship, so.
You think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight. Obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make a career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little longer until then.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a date coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up, I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday, and you know, 15-0 on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it, man.
My brother, appreciate it.